Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Hara is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Hara's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Hara, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm Carmen Hara, and I'm live every Tuesday on Home Time Radio at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And tonight we're going to talk about change, because change is the most vital task of life, yet it's also the most difficult thing to do. Change can be frightening, can feel uncomfortable, and sometimes confusing, just because it forces us out of the comfort zone. So many of us don't know where to start or where our efforts will produce the changes we want. We also might not understand the principles of transitioning from the old into the new. So because of this, we delay making the changes we know we need to make, saying we'll do them at a later time. In the words of the Greek philosopher Heraclitus, change is the only constant in life. That's what he said. So in other words, what he's saying is that change is your only guarantee. So in other words, you are guaranteed to pass through many, many changes as you journey through your years on earth. But some of your changes might be good, some will be bad, some changes will just be planned, and some of them will just be completely unexpected. The wisdom of change is to respond to each of these changes with grace and acceptance, and that's not easy to do. The most important thing is that change is a universal law. It's the law of the universe. Nothing stays the same for too long. The seasons progress from one to another. Animals evolve and adapt to their environment. Plants and trees die and regrow, and the ocean's infinite water replenish themselves. So in other words, everything within this world is in an endless state of transmutation as it attempts to survive. So what we learn from this is that the species that can change will actually die out. So you as human being are no different. You must reinvent. You must reinvent yourself in life as many times as needed. And isn't that incredible to think that you don't stay the same for 1 minute? You're not the person you were last year, last month, not even last week. That to me is so phenomenal. That we go through this constant transformation, and the transformation is physical and mentally. We transform the way we think, we change our belief, we change our perspective, and we are shifting constantly based on our experiences. What is even more interesting is that in our body, there are many changes. The cells, they reproduce every second. And according to researchers, the body replaces itself with a new set of cells every 7 years. And what I also remember learning is that the cells that replace quickly are the cells in the liver, like having like a new liver in a frame of weeks. So within one lifetime, you will give birth to yourself 100 times. In every sense of the word, like being reborn, being part of this constant transformation. So the show tonight is about change, the change you choose to make, coupled with the changes that are destined to happen. So it is about the rewards you gain when you act on a conscious desire to improve yourself. And I personally think that life can be more joyful, more purposeful when you make necessary changes. You become liberated from situations that once hold you back from reaching your potential. And the divine supports your will to better yourself. That's why we try to change, because we want to get better. So if you want to expand, if you want to elevate, if you want to see a transformation within yourself, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, this is the kind of a show you want to listen, you want to participate, you want to call in. Now remember, this is a calling show. So you're very, very welcome to call in. And the number to call in is 202-570-7057, 202-570-7057. And I have just an amazing producer, Christopher. And when you call, Christopher will connect you with me. And in this way, we can talk. We can talk about you. We can talk about your change. We can talk about your challenges. We can talk about in which way life forces you through the change and how you embrace those changes. But we can talk about anything, because there's flexibility in topics. I always choose a topic, but if, let's say, you have a different thing to ask, you have a different idea to discuss, feel free to ask whatever you think you need to talk. That's why this is a calling show. Calling show gives you the opportunity to be part of the show, to express yourself, to get your own answers, to get the guidance that you deserve, to get the insight that you are looking for, to find somebody who will validate your thoughts, who will empower you, will show you the road, the map of your life, the things that you are meant to do. Because as I said, tonight's show is about the changes you choose to make, but those changes are actually coupled with the changes that are destined to happen. It is about the rewards you gain when you act on a conscious desire to improve yourself. You know, life is more joyful and more purposeful when you make changes. And that's why I'm always saying, make sure that you don't avoid them. You know, as I said, I'm repeating myself, we're creatures of habit, so we're afraid to make the changes. We want everything to stay the same. But I'm going to refer for a second to my own life, and just to give you an example, probably to inspire you a little bit, of my countless changes. More than 30 years ago, I left a part of the world, you know, that was living under the communist regime of Ceausescu. So I left everything behind, and I came from Romania to America. And I had no money. I had just $40 in my pocket so many years ago, and I had to start from the scratch. And I went from being a famous singer in my country to becoming an author of many books, and so I had to adjust to a new mentality, to start speaking a different language, and more so write in a different language, and write books in a different language, and change my entire career. But life was not easy to me, and I had to go through, talking about challenges and the changes that were unexpected. I lost many members of my family, and I had to adapt to a life without my parents, without my husband. So I'm no stranger to change, although this doesn't make change any easier for me. It simply means that I honor the process of change. And I oblige to the change of the universe. And I acknowledge that the universe has in store changes that are that I have to welcome and accept that. And there is one virtue that changes require, and that's being courageous. And being courageous, it's easy to say, hard to do. I want to tell you that it's not so easy to have courage, because you embark on a new beginning, because you need to reinvent yourself. It's not easy to start over and over and over again. But I came up with 8 keys to change. And one of the first key to change is accept what you can change. You know, one of the wisdom in life is to accept that you take life as it is, and there are things you cannot change, but accept those that change what you can change, and accept those that you cannot change. So the number one key to change is accept what you cannot change. And this is one of the things that, in my opinion, you need to understand first. So you don't waste your time trying to help people who don't want to change, or trying to shift circumstances that are stagnant. One of the things I do believe we cannot change in life is changing people. People are who they are. We're not going to change them. We have to let them be who they are. And by the way, I said that this is your calling show. So Tanika from New York, Leilani, and all my other people, hold on the line. I'll be with you in a minute. And I would love to talk to you about how you embrace change. How courageous are you to make the change? How do you see beyond the change? How do you see that being courageous will shift your life into a new direction? So as I said, out of the 8 keys to change, the first one is accept what you can change. The second key to change is understand your time, which is a key to many things. But in case of a major transformation, let's say you need to move to a new job, you need to let go of your home and find another place. You need to let go of your family. You need to go through a divorce. You need to go to all of these things unexpectedly, and how hard it is, to start a new family and let go of a marriage for many years. For that, you need to understand time. There are times that are conducive to change and times that are resistant to it. So in other words, there are moments in which you can easily make a change, and moments in which change is very difficult. It is crucial to understand divine timing. So recognizing your personal time is significant. In one of my books, Decoding Your Destiny, I explain people how powerful it is to know how to calculate your personal time, so that you know which era are you in. Is this a year in which you are advised to go through a divorce? Is this a year in which it's okay to marry? Is this a year to invest? Is this the year to buy a home? There are years that can help you achieve some things in your life, and there are years that are not so productive. So you need to know how to calculate your personal year. That's according to the Pythagorean concept. And I always use the ancient teaching and brought ancient teaching in modern form, helping people to understand that when it comes to their own personal transformation, this can be an extraordinary tool. Like, for instance, how you calculate the personal year. You take the month when you're born, you take the day when you're born, and you add those two numbers, month and date, to the year you are in. For instance, I'm born March 25th. March is 3, to 5 is 7, because numbers come from 1 to 9. 25 doesn't exist. 2 plus 5 is a 7. So 3 plus 7, it's 10, which 10 doesn't exist, 0 doesn't exist. So it equals a 1. And we're in 2019. And 2019, if we add 2 plus 1 plus 9, we reach a 3. And 3 plus 7, which is a 1, we get a 4. So I personally am in the year 4 till March of the next year. So the same thing you can do by taking your your month, your date, and the year you are in, and find your own personal year. Like, for instance, personal year is perfect for personal year 1, perfect to get married, perfect to switch job, perfect to start a family. Personal year 9 is the end of a cycle and is best for reflection and not for a major decision. So I would not recommend to anybody start a family in the year 9. The danger is that you might not be able to get too far and you might be stuck. So that's very important. So I think I'm going to go to a short break, and we'll continue to all those keys to change. But then I'm going to take your calls, and don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Om Times Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. Om Times, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And I'm back on Om Time Radio, and we're talking about change and how courageous you have to be in order to make a real change in your life. But I have so many people online, so I'm going to go to Lucy from New Orleans. Hi, Lucy. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Carmen. Not so good.
Why? What's happening?
In 2016, I filed for divorce, and it was granted in 2017. And since then, my ex-husband has moved to where I am, which is New Orleans. And I just received a summons or a petition that he's suing me for custody of her.
Of your daughter now?
Of my daughter. And she's very well taken care of. She's an honor student. She's only 6, but she's very smart.
Okay.
And I don't know. It concerns me.
But did he, was he present in your daughter's life in the last number of years, in the last 2-3 years?
Off and on. He used to live in Houston.
So, so the divorce took place, to what I understand, 2-3 years ago, no?
Yes.
And then he was just in and out, not really present, and all of a sudden now he's taking you to court?
Yes, he moved to New Orleans, and he doesn't take her to classes, he doesn't do anything, he's always out of town.
You have to fight him back, because I feel like you will succeed. I feel I'm not a lawyer, but I feel like you'll have all the grounds in front of a court to prove his behavior. Plus, I feel like something is very wrong and unstable in his life, having to do with his work, having to do with his relationship. And if you prove all of that, I think it's going to be pretty easy to prove. Be a little bit of a detective on your own and find out what's going on with this man. Because him moving in your area, I feel like my intuitive sense is that you will be able to find things that will serve very easily. It's almost like I feel this man wants something, but he's only harming himself through the process. And I don't actually see him being involved in your daughter's life. As much
He's
as
not really.
He will not be. So there's this man who pretends by legally trying to get himself into her life, pretends I'm going to be the father of my child's dreams and I'm going to be there. But it's a false pretend, because this man is not consistent in his action. So he won't be able to deliver what he claims he wants, So in other words, I won't be worried. I'll take a deep breath and I'll say, this will be resolved, on its own. But I will find all the support that I need, in front of the law that's going to make me win. So even if he might, how should I say, try to prove a case in court, you will have enough ammunition against his behavior. So this is not going to get too far. Almost like I personally think he might give up, just giving up just like that, So,
and, do you think that, like, he is trying to completely take any kind of child support, any money away? He doesn't want to pay, He wants to use it to invest in properties and whatever it is that he wants to do.
The question is, the moment you let him invest too much here into your daughter, the more he invests, the more he might claim he has rights.
Correct.
But the question comes, do you want him involved in your daughter's life? Because I feel like you don't, just because he doesn't make a good parent.
He does not.
So I want to tell you something else psychologically very significant. Usually kids, to the age of 9, they have more or less recollection of whatever the parents do to them. But after the age of 9, then they become aware. If a father will hurt her, then she will remember that she will be hurt for the rest of her life, that whatever he will do to her, she will suffer years later, 20 years later. She will always remember, my father did this to me. You understand?
Yes.
So my suggestion is, the less he's involved, the better. So it's not to your best interest to have him pay peanuts to your daughter, because he's not going to pay too much anyhow. Because if you force him to pay, he will throw you something, which he's a very angry man. I hate to say that about this man.
Is.
And he's an angry man, and the anger grows, because this is not a man to evolve. This is not a man to work on his healing. This is not a man, to better himself, talking about change and transformation. He's changing for worse, So I think I should not insist on getting money from this man. I will find on my own. You have the potential to give your daughter a wonderful life. You, in my opinion, you meant to rebuild your life. Is there someone else in your life right now?
No, because my focus has only been my daughter.
Always
fighting him.
But for the sake of your daughter, you have to think seriously of giving your daughter a real father figure, There's so many kids in this world that have beautiful adopted fathers. And I made you a huge prediction on the show with people listening who listen to the show, that you will have an amazing father for your daughter in a year and something from now. The moment you stop the fight with this bastard, not to call him otherwise, you know what I mean? Because he is a bad man. He's a man who, he's bad. I hate to call him like this, but he really is. His action proved him being a bad man. You know, and he's a manipulator. And all this so-called, let me take you to court, none of this is real. You know, it's all fake. He's faking his feelings, you know. I love my daughter, but you know what? I'm going to leave her at the corner of the street, and 2 years later, I'm going to remember I left her there, you know. Something like that. This is the kind of an
it's funny that you say that, because he did leave her in an amusement park in line to go get something.
Symbolic way. This is the guy we're dealing with. This man has he's in his own la-la land. He's in his own investment land. This man is not into parenting. This man is inconsistent in being a father. You either are a father or you're not a father. There's not in between. You know what I mean? There's no such things like I am going to be nice today, but then 3 months I'm going to forget about you. What does this behavior tell about you, you know? So that says it all. A parent who abandons a child and comes back in that child's life years later or whenever he remembers, that's not a real parent. Parenting is a commitment on a daily basis, you know. You give your life to that soul and you want to see that. And you sacrifice. And that's what parenting is all about. And if this man didn't understand that from the beginning, you think he will understand it now just because he takes, you know why he takes you to court, honey? Because he wants he's vengeful. He wants to make you miserable. He wants to it's like a narcissistic behavior to prove like what a man he is, you know. Whatever he's proving a wrong point. You know, I'm so sorry. It makes me upset when I think of this man. You know, it really makes me upset because I see the truth about him. And I also don't want you to be hurt or affected, and I don't want your kid to be affected. And you have to be smart. You have to outsmart him. You don't have to get into the fight with him because he is his worst enemy. So that's why I don't want you to be afraid. Does it make sense?
You've described him 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't be worried. You sounded upset at the beginning of this conversation. I feel you calming down. I want you to calm down 100%. And I want you to tell yourself, let him fight whatever fight he wants to fight. I'm still a winner here, and I'm not worried. I should not be worried. He's his worst enemy. He's going to sign his own death sentence. You know, I don't need to fight him back. I don't need to prove anything. He can't be a father. He was not able. He will not be. So for that, I'm not concerned. I'm not asking too much money for this man because I don't want him to take ownership of this kid. This is a human being. This kid cannot be bought with money, you know. Children cannot be bought with money. Yeah.
Do you think the court will side with him?
No, absolutely not. But you will have ammunition, so remember my words. Go find ways of proving things about him. You don't even have to dig too much. You will be amazed what you're going to find out. You will be amazed what you will find out about him, you know? Mm-hmm. And when you have all those proofs against him, the court will laugh, you know? And I see a woman in the court system, short hair, brown light hair, pretty aggressive otherwise, that's going to see through him. So he's a loser through the process. So let him try to intimidate you and show him it's not working. None of this worked, and it's not going to work, and I'm fine.
Well, can I ask you if should I try and counter sue him for full custody?
I'll do that, but get those proofs first. And I'm in on the show every Tuesday. I hope you understand what I mean. I want you to dig a little bit deeper and find out what he has been doing lately that you don't seem to know. And those would be enough proofs to play so that at the end you will get full custody. I see you getting full custody. It might take probably another year, probably a little bit longer, not very long. Okay. And this man, as much as he's all a pretend, you understand?
Yes.
You know, one thing is to be real and another one to be a pretender. This is a man who pretends things. This man doesn't mean what he is saying.
No,
that's
it's just
the
for
sad
the
part about him. Yeah, it's very common for some guys who are very narcissistic, you know, and very infatuated with themselves, and God knows what's their agenda when they try to prove this. I believe in a way he does it for money reason, just because he said, I'm going to see this kid and I'm not going to want to pay or something like that.
Yes,
you know?
I believe that too. My attorney said that.
Yeah, so I feel intuitively that's his motive. But this is a man who, and you know what, if you don't go and ask, I will not ask for money from this man. I will take this kid in my arms and said, I'm enough of a parent, I'm your mother, and I'll bring you a wonderful father figure in your life, somebody who's there for you 24/7, who will honor you and help you and guide you through life. You don't need this man just because biologically you're tied to him, but there's something else called karma, you know, and there's something else called family karma. You know, and I wrote about this in my first book, Everyday Karma, that I
have your book.
You have my book. So that really speaks volume about what family karma is all about. So listen, no worries. This is not going to work. This man is his worst enemy. I'm not concerned at all. Your daughter, she's not attached to him. She doesn't have karmic ties to this man. As I said, even if biologically there's a connection, the rest is not there. And just don't be worried. Just laugh.
Okay.
Just smile.
Right, I will try to.
Try to smile. Let him be angry. Let him send that energy back to him. I'm sorry I'm saying that, you know, but send it through the universe. But just don't let this affect you, you know.
Okay. All right, I will. Thank you. You've given me peace of mind.
Perfectly fine. You'll be perfectly fine. I feel for you. I really feel for you because there's a kid involved, you know.
Yes.
And I hate to see your daughter, if this is stopped now, your daughter will never suffer. If this process of fighting, you know, in court and like that lasts for 7-8 years, then your daughter will end up suffering from this, which we don't need. Because, you know, as Freud said, everything is in the childhood. So kids, when they remember, after the age of 9, they have memories of dysfunctional families and bad episodes. And those will mark their lives for many, many years in the future. So we don't want your daughter to have that experiment or experimenting this kind of a father figure. Better not to know him, you know.
Yes, so and that's been my concern all along, his psychology.
No, he will exit your daughter's life on his own, without you having, and you'll have full custody of this kid. Don't ask money from this man. All he cares is about his money. Let him live with his money. You know, let his money make him happy. That's all he knows. He doesn't know any better. Poor soul, you know.
Thank you so much.
Feel sorry for him. I love you, Lucy. Stay
Thank you,
relaxed.
Carmen. I love you too.
Things are way better than you think they are. So just don't look into this. You know, we're talking today about change. Don't be upset about this situation because it just doesn't mean anything. In the scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything. Believe it or not. And Lucy, call me. So listen, call me anytime you think you have news, anything you found something, anything you want to make a good decision. It's okay to call the show. It's perfectly fine.
Thank you so much, Carmen. I really value your opinion.
God bless you, my
and your sight. Thank you.
Love you. Okay.
Love you too.
Okay, sweetheart. I'm going to go to Tanika in New York. Hi, my dear Tanika. How are you, my dear?
Hi. Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hi, my beautiful friend. I'm okay. I'm listening.
My situation is similar to your subject of the show. I actually am going to go through a change soon. I got a good job offer. I think it's good because it seems like better money, and I think it'll help me achieve or go after more goals that I've been thinking about. I just am worried because the current job I have right now, I'm comfortable, and then there's also someone I care about there whose name is Frank. So I haven't seen him for a few days since I went back to work today. I don't know if he's even involved with someone, so I wanted to know if he's involved with someone, or when I leave, like, will that just be the end of us? Because I'm not sure how he feels. He doesn't even reach out.
So let me summarize. So you will exit this job because you go for a better job. That's the feeling I have. Am I correct?
Yeah, November 4th.
Very good decision. Very good decision. Time cannot be better. I feel like this is... do me a favor. Give me the month and the day of your birth, not the year when you're born, just the month and the day.
September 3rd.
September 3rd?
Yeah.
Perfect time to since September, you're in the year 6, so this is the year to make a change. But it's interesting, being in the year 6, it also signals love coming your way all the way down to the end of 2020. There is a side of me that says this new job brings a new person in your life. So I will not be so concerned about somebody that you leave behind. As much as you think you love this person dearly, but this is someone who doesn't seem to be willing to communicate. This is somebody who might not be willing to think of commitment right now. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell. He just seems like he doesn't care about me.
So that's where I'm getting. This is somebody who's not plugged in. The connection is not there. Now, Tanika, can I ask you to hold on the line? I'm going to go to a short break for a second, and then we'll continue the conversation. Hold on the line, please. I want to finish my point. So just don't go anywhere. 1 minute, okay? Thank you.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Om Times Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
I'm Fidel Nsombo. I was born in a city called the Bukavu in the Congo. We were a loving family, and then, boom, everything that I had disappeared in a single day. People think that when you are a refugee and they resettle you to America, your problems are done. They don't understand that that's the beginning of everything. I was not born a refugee. I was made one.
It's time we welcome refugee families with open arms. Learn more at embracerefugees.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
And I'm back. I'm Carmen Hara on Om Time Radio, and I'm talking to Hi, my love. So, all I want to address to you is the significance of where you are in your life. So being in this year 6, which is the year of stability, balance, and new love, I am 100% sure that the change doesn't only bring a better job, might bring a different person. But I'm so confident, like I haven't been so confident in a long time, I'm like excited for you. Really happy. And I want you to say that you will welcome the new chapter. You will welcome someone else. You will say, yes, I'm fine. if someone else 10 times better comes in my life, and I will allow it to happen. I will embrace it. I will celebrate that. It's okay to leave this person behind if there's no effort coming on his part. Because it takes two people to tangle. It takes two people. If there's no support, I don't think this person is willing to do anything. He's like in a state of non-action. I don't want to do anything. I don't care. I'm not interested. Do you see that? But it doesn't only refer to you. It refers to many other things. Do you see what I'm talking about?
I think so. I mean, he doesn't let me too much into his personal life. And when we were involved, because we were involved this whole year, it was special. Right. But I kind of see that because, I don't know. I feel like I give and I care. He knows how I feel. But, you know, he flirts with me at work. But then after work, I'm like, you can't contact me or text me. You know how I feel, you know. I feel like we have something. But I don't know.
I think like he's indifferent, not towards you, towards the idea in itself of being seriously involved with somebody. He probably doesn't think he's ready. One of the things I always guide people through is that be aware not to get involved with somebody who's not on the same page like you are, who doesn't want what you want. Because then you are the one struggling and suffering. And it probably at the beginning you thought, yes, he's probably interested. But obviously, he's not. You know, he doesn't care. He's indifferent. He's removed. He's not involved. He's not attached, while you are. And you can't build something alone. You need him to cooperate. And I don't suggest you make an effort or push him or beg him or any of this. Does it make sense? Leave it as it is. Leave it for now and let's see what he's going to do. And call me like, so November 4th, call me anytime actually. But let's see, right after you walk away, he might reach out to you. But I promise you, you meet someone else and we'll talk about that person that feels to me way better than this individual. But you need to meet that person. And one day you say, well, thank God the other one was not that interested because I found somebody way better, you know? Mm-hmm. Way better than him. For now, it's in the unknown. But the moment you will see and meet and acknowledge this other person, then you will get excited. Then things are going to change. Talking about change, dramatic change, amazing change. So get ready for the change, Danica.
All right. Okay. I hope I'm making the right move to this place.
You are making a good move because there's more money. Place in itself is better. It's a good move. You can't go wrong with this. And probably this move has a deeper significance, a significance that you don't see yet. Right. You don't see what else comes with the change. So you see how afraid we are about the change. You're scared that what if I make this change and I don't know what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
There's fear. I don't want that fear. I want to feel confident that this change can bring you, a new level, you know, and something way better. Think that way. So do the move under the circumstances that this is gonna bring me everything I ever wanted. So I'm excited for the new. I'm ready for the excitement. I'm ready for the possibilities. I'm ready for something I don't know. I'm ready for the unknown, and I anticipate to be way better than everything I've experienced so far.
Okay.
I promise you.
Is he like involved with someone in a relationship?
No.
No. Does he have kids?
No, I see him just removed. This is a man who's just removed. Removed. I feel that there was somebody in his life talking more about the past, but I think that so far right now is just probably because of whatever he experienced right now, he doesn't want to get involved into anything serious. His entire behavior shows like he's not ready, you know? And you don't want to fight for somebody who's not responding to you.
I know. I wish I would have never gotten involved with him and developed feelings like this for him.
That's not the way to think. It doesn't even matter. You just have to say, whatever I did it with my heart. And if this guy, he doesn't deserve me, you know, and I deserve better. That's what you have to say. Somebody better is coming my way. That should be your way of thinking. Promise me. Promise me you change the thinking, to change the things around you. Things will not change if you keep the same thinking. Things change when you change the way you think. So let's change the way we think about this man. Let's take facts. Let's realize. Let's wake up. Even if it's painful sometimes, you know. Mm-hmm. But the awareness is necessary. And being realistic is necessary. And that doesn't dismiss him. If he wants to come back to you, you allow it to happen. If tomorrow he decides to reach out to you, you will welcome that. We can talk about him if tomorrow he's going to call and say, hey, I missed you. I realize you mean the world to me. That's perfect. Let's pray he's the new man transformed coming back to you. You understand what I mean? Let's pray that the man who's going to come into your life is the same guy, being a different man in his own attitude. You understand? All I know that you will experience love. I know. So you're not going to be, the suffering goes away. And so there's a reason in everything that you're going through, but the transformation is about to happen. And call me anytime, Tanika. I'm here. Okay. Call me next week, following week. You know, I have people calling me every week. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
This way you release, you talk about it, you express yourself, and this is the way to get the help that you need.
I really appreciate it. I've been through a lot of relationships and tried with love so many
times.
Let's
fix it, because I want to come to your wedding.
I would love
I want to dance and sing and have fun. Yes.
I would love it if you danced at my wedding. I love your
dancing. Yes, I am going to dance like crazy. Okay, my love. I love you, Tanika. So I expect your call. Okay, my beautiful girl. Love you. And I'm going to go to Nikki. Hi, Nikki. How are you, my Nikki? Hi, my dear. Thank you so much for calling me. Super excited to talk to you.
Me too.
So how can I help you, Nikki?
So, not sure where to start. It's about relationships. It's about being single for 5 years and looking for a father figure for my son.
Okay.
Call.
Well, let's think why you were alone. Was there bad separation did you go through? Was there a bad experiences with the father of your son? Something probably...
Divorce.
A divorce. But divorce sometimes can be a bad experience. Or sometimes a divorce just goes very quickly and it's insignificant. But it depends the way you were or were not affected. But I feel like you were affected. Something tells me that you were. Do you agree with me?
Well, yes, a similar situation to the one you talked before. It's like, he's angry, still angry. And,
angry people can be very controlling, can behave in a bad way. So you probably felt that energy. So at a more or less conscious way, it affected you energetically. There's a new man coming your way. Give me the month and the day of your birth, not the year. I want to see which year are you in.
June 8th.
June 8th. Wow. So as of you starting a new life cycle, which is extremely, extremely important for you. No, actually, hold on. June 8, 9 plus. So you're in the karmic year 8. So you're going to start the new cycle only within a year and something. But so far, the person coming into your life will be from now on to the summer of the next year. But then in a year and a half, in a year and 10 months, you will get married again. And you will find a man who's been married before himself. He's around your age, but he wears glasses. So I have an image of him. He's nice, he's sweet, a little bit introverted. He's a very decent man, very nice, different than the man you were married before. He's calm, he's nice, he's considerate. He will treat you the way you've never been treated before. I like that. I see you travel. He's very fond of water, swimming, warmer weather. I see you traveling with him a lot.
Can I ask something? Do I know this person?
Does it resonate with anybody?
I just met someone, but it came and disappeared.
Okay, well, if it disappears and it fits the description, this man will come back. Because you're in a karmic care, Nikki, and karmic cares are rare in a lifetime. And this karmic care goes all the way to the summer of next year. So you do have ahead of you, like what, 8-9 months of this karmic care, which is a long period of time in which the man of your life that comes, that is supposed to impact your life in a big way, way bigger than the man you got married to, way bigger. This is the man that will make a difference in your life. And this is the man I think you'll end up marrying. But I like very much this man because he's nice. He treats you very nice. You travel with him. He gives you a different life and a different sense of yourself and a different sense of stability. And this can be a great dad for your son. In many ways, in so many ways, your son will love him and feel connected with him. An S and an M name comes to me. S like in Steve, M like in Michael. So 2 initials come in my mind, can be first name, last name, nickname, something like this. So
F?
Yeah. What's the initial of this man?
His last name is S, but...
Is S, last name. So you see, I got the initial, I got a lot of the description. When did he disappear?
So he came in 3 months ago, and he's going through a hard time right now. I'm not sure if he's the guy or not.
Did you like him? Because the person I'm talking to you about is somebody you will really like, Nikki. It's somebody that is not only that you like him, he's changing your life, you know. He's the support you always wanted to have. He's there for you in a way nobody has been before.
And when will I meet him from now on till next summer?
So from now on to the next summer. So if this is not the man, somebody with these qualities, with this description, with everything I'm giving you, will step into your life. And I'm doing the show all the time, so you can call the show all the time. I mean, everybody is my friend calling the show. You are my friend forever. So you call here till we get to the bottom of it, you know, and we identify what's going on with you. My goal is for you to tell me, Carmen, you know, I did it. You know, I stay focused and I got there where I was supposed to be, and now my life is wonderful. So those 5 years, forget about those years of being alone. You're not going to be alone anymore.
What do I need to do?
You don't need to do too much because it's really happening. You know, there are things in life that they just meant to happen. This is part of your fate, but you've been waiting for a long time. Let's go back 12 years ago. What happened in your life 12 years ago?
Why?
Because
my son was conceived or something.
Okay, yeah, and then 16 years ago. So you know, in people's life, similar opportunities or karmic years come. Like you had another karmic year 16 years ago, and then something major could have happened 12 years ago. So things that change your life around, having your baby, the moment when you got married to the man you got married to, and then so in other words, I'm trying to define how your life played. You know what I mean? And the fact that you are in that karmic year that you've been waiting for a long time. You're not going to miss this person. There's no way this is going to pass you by and you're not going to see it. You will see it. Nikki, and you will tell me about this man. We'll talk about him.
Okay. So besides S, do you see any other dating show or no? Just the S?
This is what I see, the S, M, the M. These are two things that come in my mind. I gave you a pretty much...
Which one? S as what?
And M. M like in Michael.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I try to give you a definition. Unfortunately, I'm going to the end of the show in a minute.
Okay.
But you are very much welcome to call the show anytime you want. And think about everything we've been talking. Think about everything. And then we'll discuss it next time. Just think, just digest all the, it's a lot of information I gave you. But remember, you're in the karmic year. And you have many months ahead of you of the karmic year, which really means you will find the man, you know. It's going to happen. It's meant to happen. I love you. Everybody, thank you so much. I'm Carmen Jara on Home Time Radio. I'm at the end of the show, Leilani. I owe you big time, a big conversation. I love you, Leilani. And everybody listening, thank you so much for being part of my show. And I'll be with you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time with Christopher on Home Time Radio.